Okay, eye flag, Lakewood practice. First start of the day. Boats over. 9-4-2! 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. All clear. A little bit pin favored. Changing the angle on port over there. Those guys being able to bow out. Slide into the boat a little bit. Good. Slide down into the boat. Wedge it up. Yep. Lower back. Speed, guys. Think about clear air and speed right now. Mess over there. All right, breeze is getting soft. A little bit of a lumpy sea state here. Our sail open a little bit more. Keep the flow. Keep the boat moving here. Keep that flow up. Our apparent wind, and start feeling the speed and the pressure. Then we can take a couple clicks in. Very smooth though. Weight forward. Not quite enough pressure here to get the back connected to the rail. Kind of wedged up, so we're knees are overlapped with the main sheet. Keep the boat fairly flat, not heeling to windward. It's nice to heel to windward when you have super flat water and enough pressure to keep the flow up on the sail. We do not have that today. Now we're starting to get a little pressure here. All right, when you feel that pressure turn on just a little bit, just a click at a time. And then see how the boat feels, make sure it's not starting to stall. And when you feel it lay off, open it back up. We're talking about an inch at the most on the sheet. Same scenario. Light amount of pressure that's building. Boom is an inch or two outside the corner. Just trying to open the sail up a little bit, keep the leech from closing. Watch those telltales. I know it's getting a little bit finicky here with the light pressure. Keep the sail open. If you're stalled out, just bring that tiller towards you and bear away just a little bit and open the sail just a little bit more with your sheet. Build your speed, get the wheels moving again, and then you can get back in the groove. There we go. You can kind of tell when the flow is disconnected, the telltales don't really respond. And we're also in kind of that lumpy state here where with the bow pitching up a little bit, it kind of disrupts the flow. So don't try to fight that with your upper body. Sometimes you can make the boat slower by just missing the timing. But right now it's mostly about bearing away and easing when you need to, and then when you have the pressure and the speed and the flow, trimming back in very slowly and getting your point back on. Your bridle is a mess. It's very, I'm sure it's illegal. We're close to it. Tighten that up. And put a little loose preventer on the center ring there. All right, here we are with Milu. Good trim for speed here, just maybe out a little touch. Try just slowly bringing your trim in just a little bit. There you go. And then keep an eye on those telltales and make sure the flow stays pretty strong. Good smooth rudder movement here. Heel of the boat looks great. Just a slight little bit of leeward heel. A little puff coming down the track. This is all about just focusing on the telltales, making sure we don't pinch, and be able to smoothly drive the boat down when we are, or we get a shift to the right. And just keep those telltales flying back. Keep that air or the flow attached as much as you can. Angles are all over the place with the sailors behind us. Right now we're just trying to keep our feel and our focus on the speed. No matter whether we're up or down, that's the goal right now. Big reason why I want to keep this boom out a little bit from the corner is it's really lumpy. I think if it was flatter water, we could get away with another inch in trim. Now we're starting to get some pressure. Our shoulders have gone out. Technique and body form does not look pretty in this stuff, but she's making it work. Get a little more pressure here. She'll be able to get locked in with her lower back on the rail. Right now, we're just focusing on pressure and flow with the telltales. Can we get your hips a little farther, a little closer to the bulkhead? Slide forward as much as you can. Let's try to get your transom a little more out of the water. There you go. That's it. Keep focusing on your telltales, keeping the flow. Make sure you're driving to that outside one. Okay, as you can see, she is in dirty air, but fighting for everything she's got. Stay on this tack. Sometimes you've got to learn how to sail in dirty air, get to where you want to go. You know, she was pointed 5 degrees lower to keep her speed up. She's going to hit the wall here with dirty air. Start to slow down a little bit now. If she gets any further to leeward, that's the point where you have to tack out. To maintain speed and angle. Just coming out of a little pressure line here. Looks like we got another one just to windward, about 100 yards. Great job fighting to stay in that dirty air and make the boat go fast. This is a situation, sometimes you're forced to deal with this with ley lines. When you're on the ley line and a lot of traffic, you got to be able to drive your boat fast in the dirty air. Sometimes off the starting line it's the same thing. You gotta wait for the lanes to open up if you didn't do a good job getting off the line and having a clear lane to begin with. So you gotta drive through some of this dirty air just to get set up for the next tack. Okay, we're seeing a righty here, which kind of helps the boat in the back to the left here. She's getting it later, now she's got it, but she's up almost directly on her stern. So our air is a little bit cleaner. Normally you'd probably tack in this big of a shift. But our goal in this drill is to just micro trim our body and our main sheet. And keep the flow, keep the speed up. Okay, we definitely have some more pressure on a better angle. Earlier in the day, we had, when we did the practice start, we had some pretty big lefties. Now it seems to be kind of moving back towards the right a little more often. Grip tension looks good. Trim looks great. Body position looks good. I think she's hitting her top end here with speed. This takes a lot of focus, a ton of focus. This is more mentally draining than it is physically. So. Good adjustment with the sheet there.
How's it looking over there? I thought we kind of fizzled out.
Two different styles, two different weights of sailors. I like the boat to leeward here. She's a little lighter weight, so she can we're in two different winds here. Make sure you're pointing a little bit, Milu. Make sure you're not footing too hard. There you go. Kind of hard to see that backside telltale, I know. But there for about 4 or 5 boat lengths, you were footing a little too far. Now you're right on the right angle. Boat to leeward. Try using your tiller extension, maybe in forward a little bit, so you don't have to lean back so far. Where you're holding it on the universal, just kind of grip up on the tiller extension. That way you can keep your shoulders forward. Since we're not doing a whole lot of back and forth with our shoulders, it's good to keep that weight forward. Okay, back into a lefty, which obviously helps the boat to the left from their angle. I think it's just about lunchtime.
And the probability that it will actually catch on to something once it gets there is about 0.2%. Actually, so it's a very high number. You know what's
Okay, practice start here. About 20 seconds to go. Really short line. I flag. Couple boats over there. The boat end. 824 is 824! And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like one boat punched out, 817. Good acceleration. Some people were a little impatient about pushing the line. 942's got good wheels. Very crowded. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ten seconds. current sweeping right to left towards the pin and over the line. Yeah, nobody challenged you. That was okay. Double check your angle to the top mark, guys. "15 seconds to go. Current is pulling people over the line and down the line. 5 seconds. Accelerate! Go! Vortex crossing. Just a little bit pin favored. Three votes over. Black flag start. 10 seconds to go. That is silly. You're right next to the pin. There's no excuse for that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we are in Galveston Bay, about 4 or 5 knots of breeze, 5 best. Reasonably shifty, not too bad though, 5-10 degrees at the most. But they're spread out, so they don't happen real sudden. So it's a lot of just in and out with the upper body and your torso. And a little bit of sheet. Occasionally some torquing with your shoulders with this chop, but nothing too dramatic. Definitely getting a little bit of variety compared to the fleet. Good speed. Feels nice and deep for this chop. Maybe a little too deep closing out that leech. Definitely powered out. The rest she's got to do with the trim into the boat. Not to close off the leech too much, stall things out. Stay right over the corner, maybe slightly outside the corner, works pretty well. Seems to be with the speed here. Patches. A little different style, a little bit heavier sailor. And Milu. And Hensy's on his knees. This is, as long as he's connecting it, I'm okay. You can see the telltales and what's going on. Try coming down to your, just momentarily come down to your ankles with your hips. Well, don't make it awkward, but as long as you can see what's going on fairly well without being your head so close to the sail. There you go. That's a little better. Got a little more pressure to work with. A little shifty here. He's in a little bit of a right, he can head up a touch. That's the risk of having your head too close to the sail, is it's harder to view the telltales looking up the sail versus at the sail. He's making the boat move. Kind of like this form over here a little bit better. See if we can get him to try that. A little different form. He still has the tendency to want to lift his hips and lean in. When he feels really light, it's got to get over that sensation a little bit. Just keep it locked in on the rail. Keep good form so he can move his shoulders fore and aft. See, when he lifts his hips, he becomes a little looser in the boat, and those bigger movements with the shoulders don't have as much of an effect there. Now when he's locked in, he's got a lot more effect with the pitch of the boat. Here we are reviewing. One of our faster sailors out here. I believe he just took third at 2022 Mar del Plata Open event, which is a really tough event. A lot of fast sailors. Been watching him for a couple days now, and really dialed in tactically for the most part. I worked a little bit yesterday on loose cover versus tight cover when you're in the lead and those decisions, and certainly what the current effect is on the course and strategizing your race from the lead. So, solid starter to make the boat move. Coming off a really big regatta, a lot of confidence. All good stuff. His form is really good in the boat. He's locked in. Good focus there on where to shift the shoulders, like that last little movement. Good timing on looking at the telltales about every 5 to 8 seconds. Good feel for the boat, not overworking it with his body and this lumpy stuff. You can see that he's micro trimming the sheet based on how the boat feels and when it's starting to stall and before it gets to the stall point. Being able to ease out and drive down a little bit. Good set of waves there. Pretty dialed in. This is good stuff. See where his head is on the starting line and tactics when we get into racing this afternoon. I haven't looked at his boat handling yet either, other than some races yesterday. Sailors that are watching this is really good form. This is a full package here with concentration, just focus on speed, rudder movement, trimming, upper body. This is what we're aiming for. This is a really good job. Start, good sprint on port tack. Get with a couple sailors that you can see. Them technically. Have a little bit of righty going on here right up to that rabbit. That's why these guys are so compressed. They were spread out. You got the punch, good speed here. Our rabbit. Let's take a look at his style over there. We got a little more pressure now. Nice compression forward. Knees are in the right spot. He's not sitting on the bulkhead, but his knee is overlapped. Keeping the transom out of the water and weight shifting forward. Don't get frustrated, Patrick. Just find a new lane. Go ahead. Do me a favor. I'm okay with it right now, but because it's keeping your shoulders angled back a little bit. But let's try dropping that tiller extension down and grip up on it. There you go. You decide what's better in the long run, but I like to keep your weight forward until you need to shift those shoulders back. Okay? A little bit out. A little bit out with your shoulders. There you go. You got enough pressure now. We can get away with a touch of windward heel when the pressure's staying up. Not a lot though, just like you're doing now. We don't want to see that level gauge in there, you know, hitting past 5 degrees, 10 degrees at the most. Unless we get really flat water. You got speed on this guy, but you're not pointing. That's a rig setup thing, mostly, or outhaul. And he's pinching a little bit too. That's right, keep fighting through the dirty air here. He's pinching. Don't fall into that trap. Just sail through the dirty air. Keep the wheels moving. Obviously in a race we'd be tacking into clear lane. Go ahead. Okay, don't pinch. All right, let's look at this style a little bit. Good, really just use your hips, not your shoulders in and out. Just hips up and down. You guys got good speed. It's a little bit of just the breeze going right now. Patrick, chill, dude. Pretty good flow. This is touchy stuff here. Can't do a lot of macro movements with the sail and your body. Just gotta keep it fluid, keep it smooth, keep the breeze attached to the sail, good flow, and not disrupt the pitch of the boat too much. Patrick, we'll take a look at your setup here and see what's going on. Just give it a minute, okay? Don't get too frustrated. Okay, wide approach. Hand over hand sheeting. Go, go, go. Knees together. Good. Okay, jibe early. Board down. Jibe early. Go. Pull it over. Start your trim. Go. Trim hard. Fast, fast, fast. Keep turning. Trim, 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 trim. Good. All right, just hand over hand, nice smooth trimming here, William. Good. A little interesting. Gonna have to throw a jibe, 3-boat overlap, 4-boat overlap. Patrick, you gotta give room there. And you're gonna be on the outside of this pinwheel here. That's patience, come on. Sit down and sail the boat. Sit down, don't argue. Don't argue, it's one word, protest, and that's it. You have to sail a race. Just say the word and sail on. He's on the right jibe. Let's make it nice and smooth. Not a lot of rudder. Knees together, slide forward, good. Good. Nice wide approach. Smooth. Good. A little bit too much rudder just because you were coming in too hot of an angle. Hey, when you're 10 boat lengths up, just make it a little bit wider so you can have a little bit wider approach and less rudder when you turn. Hey, nice wide approach, William. That's great. Awesome. Super smooth. Knees together. Slide forward. Good. A little pinch up there at the end just to clear his lane a little better. He's a little far back to do that, but that's okay. Good. Smooth. Don't over trim too quick. Nice. Exit. Careful definitely shows the importance of heeling the boat a little bit to leeward to get the boat to head up a little smoother and faster. Okay, quick jibe, a little different approach there. Things get compressed a little more the later you wait or the more you have to do in the rounding. Okay, here comes Patrick. Have to throw a jibe. Quick, trim, head up, too wide, too wide. Alright. We don't want to be doing that until we get going upwind, especially in traffic. Okay, big trim, head up. Not too bad, getting better. Okay, we got reload coming in, rolling. Put the boat in neutral here, maybe. All right, yeah, a lot of turning right there, a little too much gap. Wider approach, that was a lot of rudder rowing, but that's okay. Hey, good exit there. Positioning, we just want to keep our speed. All right, take a couple more here. Good, jibe early. Remember, wider approach, wide approach. Nice and smooth, slide forward, knees together. Yes, press into the boat. Okay, jibe. Okay, stay in the boat, down in the boat as you're trimming. Heel the boat. Bad. Get the last couple here. Good, keep the wide approach. Good, William, knees together. Slide forward. A little over the ley line, so burn off, get some speed to go around. Good extension, heel the boat to windward. Nice release, keep easing. There you go, board up, check your sprit, check your sprit. It's okay. Ease, you're heading down. Keep your speed, board up. Set your sail first. Ease, now check your sprit. Into the ley line. There you go. Heel to windward, shoulders out as you're easing. Shoulders out as you're bearing away. There, shoulders out if you're heading down a lot. Shoulders out. Big ease. Keep it under control, board up, check your sprit. Check your sprit right away. Good, shoulders out, curve the turn. Good, board up, check the sprit. Okay, stay on the rail, heel it to windward, fair away. There you go, board up. Sail set, board up, check your sprit. Sprit. Very good, keep it heel to windward, thread the needle right between me and the mark. Good, board up, set the sail. Yep, set the sail, board up, check your sprit. Good, nice turn. Then just double check your sprit. We gotta get that bungee so it holds your board up, okay? It should be just one pull up, it sets, and it locks in, okay? We can check the tension of your bungee. All right, she's fighting to get inside on the short downwind for the leeward. Good tactical positioning here. He's gotta fight to break the overlap before they get to 3 boat lengths. Which is right down here. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like she's got an overlap on the rudder. He's jibed over to port. She's still on starboard. She got the overlap. He's planning early, knowing he's got to give room and slow down. Let's see how he exits. She's got a crash jibe, quick jibe, mega trim. Good rounding. Not too bad. Okay, double tack right at the windward mark. Big fairway. Patrick, up to the rail so you can bear away. Okay, shoulders out as you ease. Shoulders out as you ease. Good. Board up, check the sprit. Nice job. Get back on the sheet and make the boat go fast. Rowing. That's it, shoulders out. Stay under control. Set the sail, board up. Check your sprit. Nice job. All right, we've got a pretty long windward lure now. Starting and race practice part of the afternoon. Ready to accelerate. That boat 817 is over. Around the ends. These boats did not get good positioning or punch off the line. Now they need to find some clear air. Usually that's tacking over the port, going right, hopefully getting a righty and some pressure by bailing out. Come on, trim your sail. Trim, not too much rudder. A lot of rudder. It's all about the angle of entry here, how much rudder you use. He got caught on her hip. Not a great on the rudder stern rounding. Dirty air, you should be looking to tack out, get clear air. Unless he really wants to go right. 30 seconds, final trapezoid of the day. I flag. 681 is right there. Give him the benefit of the doubt on inches there. A little too hot set up there. Pretty close to the pin lay line. Yep, Rowan, you just got it. 681's over. Boat to leeward's over. 087's over. 395 punched. 337, good lane. Boat to leeward, good lane. Seconds. Okay, time to start getting some boat speed. See why we're second row, while we're bailing out the starboard side.